Hello students, I am Aniket Karsh, your computer teacher, and today we are going to discuss some more programs on Visual Basic, right? So today we will discuss select case statement, the program based on select case statement. So what are this select case statement? Suppose we have to give the choices to the user, and on the basis of these choices the user will on the basis of these choices some particular statement we want to be executed, right? So in such situations we will use select case statement. So you will understand it with a example in a more better way. So let's create one program. So in this program, in a form, I want to what we can say, we can give the options to the user that whatever number they will select, on the basis of that particular corresponding day will be displayed, right? So suppose here I am taking one label box, and in that one text box also, right? So here we are having one text box and one label box. So in label I am in label box I am printing and displaying enter a number between 1 to 7, 1 to 7, right? So here see, enter number between 1 to 7. This will be displayed to the user, and then user will give any option between 1 to 7 here in this text box. Then after giving the input, the user have to click on button. So I am taking one button also, and in button what I will display, show corresponding day, right? Like this, show corresponding day. So suppose user will click here 2, then corresponding day will be Tuesday, right? 4, then Thursday, like this. There are 7 days in a week, so that's why we have we are saying the user to choose the number between 1 to 7, or enter a number between 1 to 7, and after giving the input the user will click here to see the corresponding day. So here he will click. So what instruction to be executed when the user will click here? So double click here and you will be diverted to button 1 click event. So here you have to write the coding, right? Here you have to write the coding. So for this, first let us create one variable, right? So what is the statement through which we create a variable? Dim, right? Dim statement, dim n as integer. So here n is the variable. Variable means the location in a memory. We are creating one location in a memory where we can store something. So dim n as integer. So n is a variable. We can even give the name or the ABC, whatever we want to give the location name, we can give. To dim n as integer. N is the name of the location in a memory, and then what we want to store there in n. N is a location in a memory where integer can be stored. So what integer we will store there? So n equal to val of text box 1 dot text, right? So n equal to val text box 1 dot text. Equal to is the assigning operator which will what? Store the variable from the right side to the left side. So text box 1, the value which will be given by the user as an input will be stored inside the n, assigned to the n, as equal to as an assigning operator. So it will take the value from the text box 1 and assign it to the left side where n is there, right? So the value which user will give in their text box will be stored inside n. Its meaning is that, right? Now here we are using select statement, right? So select case, what case? Case n. Select case n, right? Whatever is there in the n, right? On the basis of that we have to execute the statement. So case is, suppose case is 1, case is equal to 1, then what should happen? Case is equal to 1, then message box should display, message box should display what? It should display, क्या display होना चाहिए भाई? Here first is for Monday, right? Monday. So this is the select case statement. Here what is happening? User is giving the input which will be there, which will be stored inside this n. Up suppose select case n, whatever you the user have stored or given as an input will be there in the n. So suppose that n is equal to 1, then Monday will be displayed. Or case is equal to 2, then what should be displayed? Message box. Message box should display what? Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Like this. So for 2, for 3, for everything. So let me go copy and paste. Control C and then Control V, Control V. Number of times up to Sunday, right? From Monday we have started. So case is 2, and after 2 it can be 3. For third day, 4th day, then for 5th day, 6th day, and then 7th day. 7 days are there in a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Monday, Tuesday, then third day is for Wednesday. Wednesday, right? And after Wednesday, next is Thursday. Thursday, after Thursday, Friday. And after Friday, there's a next is Saturday. And after that, Sunday. Sunday. So 7 days, 7 numbers corresponding their corresponding days we have written. And after that, suppose if user will enter in place of between 1 to 7, if any other thing will be entered by the user, then what should be displayed? So that is we can mention it case else, right? Case else. In this case, message box should display what it should display. Message box should display, please enter value between 1 to 7, right? Please enter value between 1 to 7. This. Okay, so very simple, right? First we have created one variable, and whatever text box, whatever user will give in a text box will be stored there in the n, and then we will using the select case statement, we will compare the value what is there in the n. Suppose it is entered, one value is entered, so 1 will be what? In case of 1, this message will be displayed, and in case of 3, this message will be displayed in the message box, right? So like this. So let us execute now. So let me click on the run button, and here, see, this is in the running mode now. Suppose I am writing 5 here, and I'll click on show corresponding day. See, Friday. Suppose I am writing here 7, then show corresponding day Sunday. Suppose I am writing here 1, show corresponding day Monday. Suppose let me write here 11. So please enter value between 1 to 7. Getting? So this is the way you can use the select statement, right? Now next is let us see the next program, which is related to do while statement. Now what is do while statement? Suppose you want to execute some particular statement number of times, or something, some kind of you want to check the condition, and if that condition is true, then only you have to execute further, otherwise you have to stop, right? So such kind of programs we can make in do while statement, and when we create program, it will be more clear to you. So for this, what I'm doing here, let me delete this also, and here I am just taking one button we are already having, and one list box also I'm taking, right? So this is the list box. Now here we are having one list box and one button, and in button I am displaying here we can write print. Here I am writing a program to print the even numbers, right, which should be less than 30, 40, whatever, right? Such kind of condition we can give. To print I am writing here, and here in the list box the values will be printed. Okay. Now what I am doing now in this program also we are having variable, right? But now here we are don't having the test box. We are not taking input from the user. We can take input from here also. So now dim n as here also we have created one variable, suppose. Okay, now to dim n as integer, and now let me store n equal to, right, n equal to 2. We have stored 2 inside the n location in a memory, right? Now do while n is less than 21 I am writing, right? Then is less than 21, and then what should happen? This box 1 dot items dot add. Here what should be added? Whatever is there in the n, right? And then n equal to n plus 2. See, so this is the statement, these are the coding. So try to understand the coding. We are creating a program in which all even numbers less than 21 will be displayed. So what is happening? Dim n is integer. I have created one variable. Variable means location in a memory, and in that location I have what? Stored 2. Which integer? 2. That variable is of integer type, so I am storing 2 there. Now do while. What this do while will do? This statement will check the condition. If n is less than 21, if this condition n is less than 21 is true, then this statement will be executed, and after execution it will increment the value of n by plus 2, right? So suppose first we have already stored n in equal to 2. Okay, 2 is there in the n. Now check the do while condition. Check do while condition. Is n less than 21? Yes, 2. N is 2, right? 2 is less than 21. So it will add 2 in the list box 1. This statement will add 2 in the list, right? And then it will increment it by 2. So 2 plus 2, right? What is it? 4. So now it will again check. 4 is less than 21. Yes, it is correct. 4 is less than 21. So again it will add 4 also using this statement. Then it will increment 4 by 2 using this statement. Now 4 plus 2 is 6. Again it will check do while condition. 6 is less than 21, true. Like this again and again it will check, and once it will be more than 21. Suppose after 20, right? 20 is correct. After 20 plus 2, it will increment it by 2 to 22. 22 is less than 21. False. Condition is false. So immediately it will stop executing, right? So as the condition is true, do while condition is true, it will execute this statement, and when it will be false, it will stop executing, right? Execute, increment, till the condition is true, the statement is true, and when a statement will be false, it will stop. So let us execute this program. So this is in the running mode now. Let me print. Click on this print. See, 2, 4, 6, 8, like this. Below 21, right? Less than 21 condition we had given. And in place of 21, I am writing 50, right? 50. So see, now we are executing it. See, up to 50. But 50 is not considered because less than 50 is written, right? Suppose I want to display including 50, so here less than equal to we will write, right? Now let us execute. See, now 50 is also included. See, like this we will create the program of do while statement, right? Now let's create one more program. So this time let's create a program based on for next loop. Okay, for next is used for if you want to execute some particular instruction for a fixed number of times, right? So here also we want one list box, and here we will take one this list box. Here we are already having button and one text box also I'm taking to take the user. Here we are trying to display the table of the given number, right? So here user will give the number, here it will print here and one label also, right? There we will ask the user to enter a number to get table, right? Here I am writing wait a minute, enter a number to get a table, enter a number to get a table. Okay, so user will give the number and here I can display, click here, enter number to get a table, click here, okay, click here, okay. After giving the number, the user will click here to display table. To display table we can write as per whatever we want, we can write, right? Now here we are writing the coding, right, in the command button. So this program is based on what? For next, right? To dim n is as integer. Here also we have taken one variable. Now here we have taken one text box. So here we are taking that value from the text box one.text. Okay. So we have taken the value from the text box and it's stored inside the variable n. Now here we are using for counter. This is the syntax, right? For counter equal to 1 to 10 for the table, right? For counter equal to 1 to 10. For counter equal to 1 to 10, because in table you have 1 to 10 we want to display, right? So after this, where we want to display the table, list box, right? So list box 1 dot items dot add. What we will add here? What we will add here first? What is the format of the table? N 2 into 1 equal to 2, 2 into 2 equal to 4, 2 into 3 equal to 6, like this. Okay, so 2 in the first term or the first element in a table is all 2, all the same, right? So n, here we are asking the user to display the, to give the input which table he want to, so that will be n. Okay, and after that we will use concatenation operator. And after that there is a into symbol, right? Into. So here for into symbol we will use asterisk symbol, right? And then after asterisk again concatenation operator to join this. Okay. Now next is 1 2 3. It will change. 2 1 are 2, 2 2 are 4. So next this time 1 2 3 it will change. So here we will counter is changing, right? So counter we will write here, and then concatenation operator. The next term is equal to, right? Equal to, and then again concatenation operator in last 2 1 are 2 equal to 2, 2 2 are 4 equal to 2, 4 6 8 it will be the last. So here we will write what? N into, n is what? The table of which we are displaying, n into counter, right? Understood? Now for next loop. Okay, we have created. Now let's display. Let me execute this. So this is now in a running mode. Let me give a 5 here. I'll now click here to display table. See, it is now in the format. Suppose here I am writing 7. Click here 7 below this. We can create one more button to clear this fifth table, whatever earlier, to clear this list box. For that also we can write, we can have one more button to clear the list box, right? I hope you understood. So here in this also you can see the commands. First we have created one variable n, and then we have taken the input from the user, we stored it in n, and after that in the third line we have we have used for next loop to execute this counter from 1 to 10, right? 10 times we want to start from 1 and we want to end it at 10. So in list box 1 what will happen? It is changing the counter, right? And it will first print the first value, then next, then 2. First one, it will be first 1, and then after that executing this statement it will change it to next is to change it to 2, then 3, then 4, then after this every 1 2 3 it will change it and execute this statement, and at last what will happen? After 10 it will be terminated, right? So this is the for loop, for next statement. Okay, I hope you understood what is the difference between this do while statement and for loop, for next. Okay, and this what in the first what we had studied, conditional, right? Conditional statements and all, and means today we have covered 3 kinds of statements: select case statement, do while statement, and for next statement, right? Okay then, I hope you understood. That's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.